Would you like to learn more about history? Well, a new exhibit at the Neville Public Museum will help you do just that.
All right, we're joined by Rebecca Looney this morning, live from Green Bay with more. And Rebecca, I just want to ask you, a lot of photographs there of the Frank family. We're talking about Anne Frank. You get a feeling of, what the family was like before all of the tragedy that befell them?
You really have a sense of a very idyllic, joyful family, and it's really interesting because through most of the time the photographs were taken, the parents really know what's coming down. They're fleeing from Germany, they're moving to Amsterdam, and all that time they're trying to create a very normal life for their children. And you see that in these photographs. Otto Frank almost took no photographs of Amsterdam. He was just taking photos of his children. That's all he was interested in.
Now, what are we looking at right now, Rebecca?
So you'll see that in the exhibit there are a lot of photographs of the beach. Otto Frank said that Anne didn't like the city very much, didn't like being outside in nature, but she loved the beach where she could play with her friends. And she was a very social child and had tons of other kids in the neighborhood following her around, and anywhere she went she was trailed by a whole group of kids.
Now, I know this is making its stop in Green Bay, but does it travel anywhere else? Are there only certain spots this exhibit will be on display at?
There's actually no planned venue for after this exhibit, so we don't know when it will be shown again.
And what's that picture we just saw right there?
This is a photograph taken in 1960 of Otto Frank. He came back to Amsterdam for the opening of the Anne Frank house, and photographer Arnold Newman asked that if he could take his portrait in the annex. And Otto Frank went into the annex, heard the church bells from the local church, mentioned that Anne talked about those bells in her diary, and then he broke down. Otto was the only one of the 8 people in the annex to survive the war. Oh,
wow. I mean, pretty amazing stuff on display there.
It is. Now, it's a book that many, pretty much, I'd probably say junior high school kids read. You have a lot of schools planning to come out and who are reading the book and just want to see a little bit more about the collection there?
We do. We have about 1,200 students who will be coming in the next month. And it's just a really great way to add to that experience of reading the diary, to come and see photographs of Anne and her family, and to actually see the replicas of the diary, because it's just that as close as you can get to the history without going to Amsterdam.
Yeah, and pretty amazing to have the diary right there to look at. It's some amazing stuff. So Rebecca, thanks so much for joining us this morning. We'll check back in with you a little later.
Thank you.
Thanks.